What's up, guys? Classy Metal here. Before I get into this video too far, a couple of announcements. I do have an Instagram again. Just recently, this past week, made up a new Instagram. I will link it up in the description. That way, if you want to go follow along, it'll have some life updates about the channel, me showing off the collection. If you followed me on there before, you pretty much know what you're getting into. I will probably be the best way to keep up with me outside of YouTube because I am still laying off Facebook for the time being. But I just wanted to let you guys know that Instagram is available and it will be linked up down in the description. Also, I have a giveaway going. I have a stack of about 8 CDs here that I have going in a giveaway. Some pretty good stuff in here. As you can see, you got a Coffin Mulch there on the front. I know Weregoat is in this. Two-Face Center. There's quite a bit of good stuff in this. I will link that giveaway video up in the description as well. That way, I don't want anyone to miss out on that in case you haven't joined in on that already. Okay, let's get into what the video is about. This past weekend, my wife and I made the trek to Lexington, Tennessee, a little town in the middle of nowhere. There was what they called Tennessee Metal Devastation Music Fest. I believe I named that's the name of it. Tennessee Metal Devastation Music Fest. I believe that's what we're going to call it. Anyway, it was nice to have a festival close to home. This usually for any shows I have to make the trek to Memphis, and this was actually closer than Memphis to me. It kind of blew my mind to have a metal festival that these bands and all these vendors and everyone was coming to in the middle of nowhere. But I was definitely happy that they had it, and it looks like they're going to do it again next year, so I'm very excited about that. I'll have some news on that hopefully as the year goes around, but I am already making plans for next year. A few of these things that I got in this haul, well, actually there's 3 CDs that I actually picked up on Bandcamp before the festival, so I could kind of get a listen to the bands a little bit more and get familiarized with their songs and that before we actually went to the fest. I will tell you which ones I got beforehand, and then I'll show you everything that I picked up at the actual festival. It was a good time. My wife and I got to meet Metalomania, Crypt and Scully from Metalomania. It was definitely a pleasure and an honor to meet those two. So that was awesome. I got to meet some bands that I've been following for quite some time, and I also got to hear some good music. So it was a good time all around, and I picked up some killer stuff. We did unfortunately arrive a little bit late to the festival. That's just my way of things. I'm always behind on everything, it feels like. So I was fashionably late, but the downside to that was, well, one of the downsides to that was that I happened to miss out on a few of the merch things that I wanted because they were already sold out. And I did miss some bands that I wanted to see perform. So I missed out on some stuff by getting there late. This first band that I'm going to show, this is one of the CDs that I picked up on Bandcamp. Unfortunately, I did not get to see this band play. I figured they were going to go on later in the festival, so I'm not sure if they were unable to make the festival or I just missed them play. I haven't heard either way. With me being on my social media hiatus that I was on there for a while, I could have missed an update or something with them not making the festival. But if they did play and I missed them, I am kind of upset about that because I was very much looking forward to hearing them play. The band that I'm talking about is Hierarchy. This is a self-titled full-length, came out in 2020. Black and death metal, very, very non-apologetic stuff here. Some very dark themes going on in this, but I really like this. Like I said, if I missed them play, I am very upset about that, but something could have happened and then they had to either drop off the fest or something too. So I really don't know either way. I don't want to speculate without actually knowing. But this is a killer full length regardless. I will link this up on in the description. I'll link up this Bandcamp so you guys can hear it for yourself. Some really strong stuff on this, especially if you're into black metal or death metal, black and death metal, then you will really dig it. They also sent me a patch with that CD order, so that was very awesome of the band Hierarchy. So hope you guys take the time to check that one out. Next up, one of the bands that I was super excited to hear play. I'd been following this band, I think since like 2017. I received a tape from their first full length in Metalhead Box in 2017, and I've been following them ever since. This was my first opportunity to see them live, and I was ecstatic to actually do so. I've talked about them on this channel before, but the band I'm talking about is Gravehuffer. They had a little merch table set up, and they were giving these posters out for free. They had quite a few posters in there that you could take. They wanted me to take some more, but I didn't want to be greedy and take all the posters because they were free. But that's not my style. I just kind of picked the one that I really liked and left some for the other people. This one looks to have Andre the Giant. To me, that screams old school Andre. It may not be him, but to me, that's what I saw. Even with the face paint or blood eyes there, that they just screamed old school Andre the Giant. And their newest full length, Necro Eclosion, which came out in 2021, they had a little clip in there talking about Andre the Giant. So I just assumed that was Andre on the poster, but I definitely, that was the one that kind of caught my eye that I wanted. I do have that 2021 full length on CD, so I did not pick that one up. As I said earlier about the Metalhead Box, I did get this album in 2017 on tape format, but you guys know me, I am a CD junkie, so I went ahead and picked up their debut full-length entitled Your Fault on CD while I was there as well. This is what the album that started it for me with this band. I love their newest release, but this one always holds like a special place in my heart. It's hard to nail down this band into a particular genre of metal. You've got aspects of crust, you've got aspects of sludge, there's grindcore there. At times it almost feels black metal-y or even death metal-y. There's so much going on, but each track has its own identity, and each track is very entertaining and worth listening to. That goes for this debut full-length and for their newest full-length as well. I will link their Bandcamp up in the description, as I will all of this stuff. If they don't have a Bandcamp, I will find something to link up for you guys so you can check it out. And I actually picked up two. I wanted to support the band, so I picked up two of these full lengths, and we will have this one going in a giveaway or something later on. I don't want to bump or push aside the current giveaway that I have going, but this one will end up in something moving forward. The next band, unfortunately, this band had to, I guess due to some time constraints or something, had to cut their set short, and I was a bit bummed about that because I was looking forward to seeing this band live. I had checked them out on Bandcamp a little bit beforehand and listened through their discography, and I really did enjoy what I heard. So the fact that they had to cut the set short was a bit of a bummer to me. But the band I'm talking about is Tommy Stewart's Direwolf. This is doomy Sabbath worship goodness. Tommy Stewart, some of you may know that name. He was in the band Hallows Eve. He did bass and some of the vocal work in Hallows Eve starting in the 80s and going forward. So he did play, or they did play one Hallows Eve track, and then they got to play two of their Direwolf, Tommy Stewart's Direwolf tracks, and that was it, and the set had to be cut short. So I was a little disappointed I didn't get to hear more material, but I did enjoy what I did hear. It's just this, the thrashiness from Hallows Eve has kind of gone out the door. This is just Sabbathy, great, slow doom, and I dig it. I've only heard, I picked up this one at the booth. All I had was a 20 on me. They didn't have change at the time. The person with the change had just left, and their card thing was down, so all I had was the 20. But I wanted this CD undoubtedly, so I told them just to take it as a tip and keep the change. Tommy actually was going to try to give me a vinyl. He thought I would rather have a vinyl, and seemed a bit surprised the fact that I said I'm a CD junkie and I would just rather have the CD as opposed to the vinyl. Even though he was kind of cutting me a deal, I did appreciate. I would much rather just have the CD. He seemed surprised, so he grabbed me a copy of the self-titled, the previous album, and I have not heard this one yet, but I have listened through this one a couple times already on CD. I had listened to it leading up to the festival on Bandcamp, and I absolutely love this. So fantastic stuff here from Tommy Stewart's Direwolf. If you're into doom, Sabbath worship doom, definitely check that out. I believe he runs, or either he or someone in that band also runs Black Doomba Records, which some of this stuff was released on. I will link up Black Doomba in the description as well, so you can go check out what they have to offer as far as their distro goes. Moving on from some Doom, we have some thrash. I believe this band is out of New Jersey. This was my introduction to this band, and I was absolutely blown away. I heard them start playing. Well, okay, let's backtrack. I walked in, and when I first went up to introduce myself to Crypt from Metalomania, one of the members of this band was talking to him, and I didn't want to be rude. I walked up just to say hey, and they were in a conversation, so I left so they could finish catching up, and I figured I would catch up with Metalomania later and talk to him, which I did. And then this band, when this guy went up on stage, I was like, hey, that's the guy that was just over here. And I heard them play, and I was absolutely blown away. Very thrashy stuff. As they started playing, I told my wife, I said, I'm feeling some definite Slayer vibes going on. And the more I listened, those classic thrash riffs and those classic thrash soundscapes were in their music, in their live music, but they also had this kind of modern tinge going on as well. I picked up 2 of their CDs. Their newest that just came out this year. Oh, well, I guess I could tell you what the band is. The name of the band is Eyes of the Living, and I picked up their newest CD, which is entitled Fear Comes Knocking. I've listened to this one. I haven't listened to their oldest one that I picked up yet, but I've listened to this one all the way through, and I really dig this. And as I was saying, it feels like that classic thrash sound with a modern edge to it. The production on this is top notch. I mean, this is crystal clear, crisp production. Great stuff. I've been digging this one, and it's been playing pretty much nonstop since I picked this one up. If you're following my Instagram, you may remember me actually already posting this one on there as I was listening to it. They had a little business card that kind of got thrown in there with it. And then I have their, I guess their previous full length. This one came out in 2019. This is War on Dead, More Dead. I kind of get I hate to keep name dropping Slayer, but I almost get like a Slayer vibe just from the title of the album there. But I have not listened to this one yet, so I cannot say too much about it other than, just looking at it. But that new full length I really did enjoy. I also picked up a shirt from them, which has the cover art for the newest album. There we go. And then it says, be sure to hide them well on the back. So we're hiding bodies as well. So good stuff there. I think that band is out of New Jersey. Could be wrong, but I'm wanting to say they're out of New Jersey. And I enjoyed that one quite a bit. Next up, we have some death metal, thrashy death metal fused with deathcore. I know that may put some people off, just the sound of that, but definitely give it a chance because this is one of my favorite performances of the night. The name of the band is Deocculted. I got a sticker. Unfortunately, they only had tapes on their physical table. I don't think they have any CDs out yet. They have an EP. I think they have 2 EPs that they've put out so far. So hopefully moving forward, I'm going to follow this band, and maybe they'll have something in a CD format later. You guys know that I'm a bit of, I guess to my own detriment, I'm not wearing one now, but if you follow this channel any amount of time, you will see me wearing different hats all of the time. This one kind of got bent up a little bit with the in transit and stuff, but I haven't worn any of this stuff. I've been waiting to do this video. Another reason I wanted to go on and knock this out is because tomorrow is Friday, and I'm going to want to wear some of this stuff after work. So we have the hat there, the Deocculted hat. They have these in different colors. As far as the logo, I went for the green. The camera's not doing it justice. It's got like this neon kind of green color, but I really like that hat. And I picked up a shirt. I saw the Mark. I looked at it and saw Mark Riddick art right off the bat. I mean, it was unmistakable. And I saw something with some Riddick art on it, and I had to buy it. So there we have the Deocculted t-shirt. Hopefully one day we will have some Deocculted CDs in the collection. I know CDs are frowned upon by most labels and bands at this point, but hopefully one day we will get a CD from them. Next up, the 2 kind of main bands that were causing all the controversy leading up to this festival, the the Christian community in this little small West Tennessee town was up in arms, especially about this next band that I'm going to show. They were the ones that kind of started the whole brouhaha, the kind of backlash that went against the festival. That's one of the biggest negative things about living in this area is the closed-mindedness, and you have the Christian right, that the overly I guess hypocritical Christian right that wants to shut this kind of stuff down. And this was a festival where no one was going to hurt anybody. Everyone was there to have a good time, and that's exactly what it was. So it was a bit unfortunate that the backlash kind of went up against it like it did. But nevertheless, the band that I'm talking about is Casket Robbery. They are a brutal death metal band out of Wisconsin. I picked this up on Bandcamp leading to the festival. This is just a 3-track EP. I think this came out in 2017, entitled The Ascension. They have a song on here called Pockets Lined with Flowers. That was the one that caused the huge backlash just due to the lyrical themes of that. They do songs about serial killers, horror. It's just, when you get into brutal death metal, you kind of know what you're going to get. There's violent lyrics, and there's dark lyrics, but that's brutal death metal. And this is a killer little 3-track EP. They do have a full length coming out next month through. It's like a sister label of Nuclear Blast Records that is putting out the full length next month. I can't remember the actual name of the sister label, but there is a full length coming from Casket Robbery next month. They wrote me a little letter. I always dig that kind of stuff. I have a wall over here on the side that you guys can't see, where I keep all of my letters. Anytime I get a VCLT and somebody writes me a note, anytime I get, I hate to call it fan mail, but anything like that where someone sends me a note saying thank you or a note of encouragement, I actually keep that when I'm down, and when I'm thinking about, calling it quits as far as the channel and stuff, I'll go and kind of read over that stuff, and it gives me a little bit of motivation. Now, the stuff from Casket Robbery that I actually got at the festival, my wife got a shirt. I'm not going to show that one because she has it off somewhere. I picked up a shirt as well. I don't know how well the camera's going to pick that up, but it's kind of spooky looking artwork there. I really dig that. And then on the back it says Coven of Souls with the kind of splatter. I really dug that. They also gave me a patch. One day I will have a vest. And then I got a sticker, a couple stickers. It says beer, cheese, serial killers. That's very fitting for this band, especially with them being out of Wisconsin. Beer, cheese, and serial killers. And then they gave this little promo card here that has the little, where you can follow the little QR scanner there. So if you want to follow those guys, you can pause it. I guess follow these guys and gal. They do have a female singer, and she's awesome. Just pause that and scan that. And then we have the headliner band. This band sounded phenomenal. When you have an outside festival, sometimes the acoustics can be a little bit off. The sound can be a little challenging, I guess, with an outside festival. This band sounded great. They were by far, just sound-wise, the best sounding band that I heard all night at the festival, and that is Knoxville here in Tennessee's Summoner's Circle. They are a mix of kind of black and doom. They have some death metal, I guess black, doom, and death metal going on. Kind of the more extreme portions of doom going. I did pick their newest full length up. This came out last year. I picked this one up on Bandcamp. Now, I actually picked this one up through their big cartel prior to the festival because I wanted to listen to this a little bit going in to be a little bit more familiarized with what I was going to hear. They sounded great at the show. They sound great on the CD. This one is entitled Chaos Vector. I don't think the CDs from them are available on Bandcamp. I know they have the digital. I will link that up so you can listen to it. But I'll also, if I can find it, I will link up their big cartel store as well. That way, if you want to pick up a physical copy, if you're into physical media like I am, that way you can pick one up there. And then at the actual festival, I picked up their prior full length. This one is entitled Become None. Unfortunately, I have not listened to this one yet, but I really dug that artwork. They had copies of their debut full length available as well. I wish I'd been able to pick one of those up, but as you see, I picked up a ton of merchandise, and the funds, the financial situation was getting a little dire at this point. So I got a sticker, and then I have a shirt with the album art of the one that I just picked up with the Become None album art. So all in all, I had a blast. I got some killer stuff to add to the collection. I got some wearables, and I got to bring my wife to this. She's not the biggest extreme metal. She's not into a lot of heavy stuff. So the fact that she was able to go along and she actually had a good time and wants to go back next year with me is a testament to how good. And with it being a debut festival, there were some minor hiccups here and there. I mean, it's going to happen. This is the first one of these that they put together, but they nailed it. They hit a home run with this. I had such a good time. For those of you that missed it, I hope that you can make the journey next year. I hope they do like the sponsorships and stuff like they did this year. Hopefully my situation will be a little bit better next year with me buying the house and stuff. I really wasn't able to go all out with the sponsorship and stuff as like I wanted to this year. Goals for next year, if they're doing the sponsors and all, I would like to sponsor and have my own booth. I have some plans. I've commissioned some artwork for the channel for some new shirts. I want to have all of that stuff available next year. So I've got a year, give or take a little bit, to kind of plan and get my ducks in a row. But that is the plan going forward. So keep your eyes open for that. As I said, Instagram is down below. I did start a new Discogs as well. When I went off the grid, I just went. I mean, you know, mental health. It's one of those things that when you have a break, when you get down, you do some things that sometimes that you may regret a little bit going forward. In hindsight, I wish I hadn't completely deleted the Instagram, but now I have to start over. I wish I got mad and deleted my Discogs, so now I'm starting back over, having to add 5,000 plus CDs to that. But I will link up that in the description if you want to follow that. I will also link up my Bandcamp. I know some people like to follow people on Bandcamp and see what you're picking up on there. So all of that will be down in the description, as well as all of these bands that I just showed. I hope you take the time to check this stuff out. To Zach and Raven from Metal Devastation, you guys did a fantastic job. Thank you so much for putting this festival together. From the bottom of my heart, I had an amazing time, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next year. That's all I've got for tonight. Check all of this stuff out. Stay classy, stay metal, and I will see you guys very soon. I promise.